What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, and in today's video we're gonna go over the best build for the Berserker. And I didn't want to do this video till I got all of the pieces that I needed, because it's just really sloppy to just make a video on things that you don't have or any gameplay to showcase everything else. So as you guys can see, I'm still rocking an A weapon. I just been enjoying getting seeds too much from selling, the water drop crystals instead of making my own, and no luck farming dungeons. And I don't really feel like spending 7 million on buying my own. Now, what you want is to get the defense down totem, which is a B totem. I have several different ones for different builds. 12.5 is the max. For the wolf blessing, this is what the build is for. This is specifically for Mark of the Wolf, or sorry, Breath of the Wolf. So you want, a Mythic 5, A or S weapon. Your B weapon is gonna be the Raider's totem, but a good secondary would be definitely the health or the defense one. I'm going for the 14 reds build, so I can show you guys the difference. I do have a actual like crit helmet here. I also have another one for whites. So you're gonna want the crit rate helmet. That's what you're gonna want for your Berserker. There are other helmets, but that's the one that you want to use. You're gonna want to use the Successor's plate armor. Let me backtrack real quick. This is found in Abyssal Depths of Corruption. Um, the Usurpers is found, if I'm not mistaken, in Abbey AOB. The Expedition Axe, that's in, I forget for that one. Legs, I don't know where I found these. But the legs that you're going to want to use for your Berserker are not going to be these. It's going to be the HP legs in the meantime, or the defense legs. And the reason for that is because you're going to need some mitigation, because the goal is to get to 80% defense mitigation, which is going to be, as you can see, I'm at 61%. You're going to want to bump those numbers up to 20. Look at the top right so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, for the shoes, you're going to want to have, again, the Treasure Hunter shoes, which is located in Abyssal Depths of Corruptions. There are easier dungeons to get these in, but these are the ones that I remember off the top of my head. There are crit rate boots, but the one that I'm using right now, so you guys can see the optimal DPS, is these. Now the gloves is found in Abbey AOB, the Usurper's Gauntlets. Again, I'm going to show you guys two different builds, the Reds build and the Whites build. Now, here's the Dragonite Shoulders, or you can also have, where is it? There is the Grand Prix Shoulder Guards, which is found in Sundered Sanctuary, Abyssal. Now the last piece is going to be the crit damage belt. You're going to want to have a 35. I got lazy. I accidentally fail stacked too hard on my other one, and it just got eaten by the unlicensed. Now as you can see, with this whole setup, plus the necklace of the Twisted Flower to get the 14 reds, I got 840, and the Regum Tenacity. I have base 10,142 attack power. My critical hit rate is 16%, and my critical hit damage is 220. If you want a little bit more crit rate and sacrifice a little bit of crit damage, you can actually swap this out and rock the Belt of the Protector. That way you can have 20 base and you can have, less crit damage overall, but you're going to be able to crit a lot more often. Sometimes when I feel like I'm not critting enough, personally, I like to be around that as well, because 20% is the area I set on Xbox, and it still carries over to this game, is the floating, crit rate that you want. Now, with this base attack power on Wolf, again, I haven't really bothered upgrading any of this stuff because you don't really need to, except for this one. This one's literally the most important one. Get that to legendary. Again, this is the best blessing by far. I will show you guys the end game lion build as well, but this is just to show you guys what it looks like. So base guillotines, I'm hitting for 72,000, 73,000. Crits are 160 on base. Now, with Rage, it's going to be a little bit more different because I'm actually going to hit a little bit harder. So 90 on and 202s on crits. This is without mark. This is without, flashbang defense down. This is without defense down. This is how hard I'm hitting for. There you go. Those are the numbers. Now, the next number I want to show you guys is, you saw there was like 90k and 200k crits. Let's swap a couple of things around so we can get whites. Let's see. Where is my other attack gloves? These boots, where are they at? 760s. I might actually be able to get the 14 whites now, to be honest. Then we got the whites right here. Got the white right there. And we're going to get 2 whites off of the defense down. So I'm at 9. I'm clearly missing a couple. I'm not sure where it is in my build, but I don't feel like looking for it. So now I'm actually going to get rid of that, and we'll go, obviously, the necklace that you're going to want to run is not this necklace. It is actually a necklace that's in my warehouse, and I'll show you in a second. I do have the Ring of the Plague, but you need 14 whites for that. And I will be honest, I didn't do that because unfortunately I was being lazy. I could definitely get to 14 whites, but this is just for the sake of the video. I'm going to show you guys where it's at right now. Where is my Necklace of Ancient Evil? I think I put it on another character. Well, in the meantime, now you guys can see that I have 16% crit rate again, 240% crit damage. So I definitely lost AP. As you guys can see, my base AP now is 8,502. But the numbers really that you're going to be looking for is in the crit. So obviously the red build is going to look more alluring. As you can see, I lost a lot of DPS, but my crit damage is definitely starting to soar a little bit right there. So let's do this again. I went from 90Ks, so look, 90K, 183, 90K, 183, 1. But the Ring of the Plague is actually going to give me crit damage. So I need around 35%. So let's just give it a fair like test, which is why I'm going to go get a beef curry real quick, so I can kind of offset and give it a little like 5% more crit damage. Because it's just not fair to make an assessment on the reds versus the whites when you're not spec'd out completely. So let's go buy a food buff real quick. Where's beef curry? I actually just need 15%, so I'm not even going to buy the beef curry. I think I'm going to buy the other one. Yeah, 18%, that'll do. That way it kind of makes sense. But I'll buy this too just in case. So the necklace that I wanted to show you guys is actually right here. I have it, but it's on another alt. See, the Necklace of Ancient Evil is the one that's going to give you 6.9 crit rate. It's 2% more, but it's going to be worth it. Now let's go back over and do the tests. Okay, so now that we have everything here, I'm going to put the food down so you guys can see that I have 240, but if with the Ring of the Plague, which is what I have, where is it? It's in my warehouse. It's actually 35%. So to basically offset that, I'm going to put down some pork curry to make it seem as if I had the plague, just to give it like a fair test. Now, I always try to do these things unbuffed because every time you have blades or elixirs, it just gives you padded stats. That just looks different, and it can always be situationally different with the panaceas that you use. But this way, you can actually see the numbers for what they really are. Here we go. So 197. So basically my crits are the same as if when I had the reds. So this is not the build to go for. You definitely want to run the reds build, so let's go back to that. Let's see, where's my max roll? At that. Where's the other helmet? It should be around here somewhere. There it is. There's a triple red. Again, I'm gonna find a totem that's defense down because that actually adds to your numbers. The only other build that I still haven't tried that I want to try is actually this build with the Necklace of the Twisted Flower plus the Ring of the Plague. Because I'm not sure if 840 AP is going to scale higher than 35% extra crit damage. But you know, that's why we test these things so you guys can see for yourself. But now that I have the pork curry, I have a little bit of more crit damage. so you guys can see for yourself that I'm starting to hit a little bit harder. Let's buy this again. I got 216. I got an extra 16k on my crits. So base and crit just hit harder. Obviously, the crit damage with the Ring of the Plague, you're gonna crit around the same. But then when you start putting buffs in, you're gonna start critting for a lot more. Like the fact that I'm adding up the base and the crits, overall damage output, the reds is the better way to go. The only one that I haven't shown you guys yet, which is the one I still want to try, is to get to 14 reds and the 14 whites. The best necklace overall though in the game is actually going to be the Spider Queen necklace that gives you 1400 extra AP and 10% crit damage in its build, but it's 20 reds, and then you rock the Ring of Tenacity as well. Or you can actually offset the 400 AP, get the Ring of the Abyss, and get 4% crit rate around, well around, I'm obviously rounding up, and 400 AP. So it's actually going to be pretty juicy. Now, let's actually fully buff up so you guys can see what this build is actually capable of. So I'm going to use a Blades Superior and an Elixir of Thorns because I'm really good at dodging for the most part. Most people cannot rock Thorns. You know, don't use that if you are not good at dodging. I'm sorry, because you will die in an Abbey dungeon, or especially if you don't have a good priest. Now, let's go in and show you guys what Wolf is capable of. So base with the buffs, 98, 99, 98, 98, 98, and then 239, 245, 240, 42. Remember, my AP now is 13,691. My crit damage is 244. So now let's rage up. 122, 299, 122, 124, 299, and then a couple 300s. Not sure what that's about. There you go, 303, 303, 303. So that's what that build does. Now I've been seeing a couple of people tag me in a couple of different videos. They're like, hey, you know, have you checked out the Valor build? And yes, I have. But please don't be fooled. Don't run Valor. Like, that's a fun build. That isn't actually something that you're going to want to use. The only second viable build is probably going to be Lionheart. And again, I don't have that one maxed out. But I can definitely show you guys with this new Reds build how much harder it's going to hit. So I actually got to get this maxed out to level 20. And these are all at Legendary. But again, you need to actually be able to rock double rage. I'm throwing this as an extra freebie so you guys can see for yourself. Don't waste your time with Lionheart Berserker until you have it maxed out, because it is not going to be useful to you until it's maxed out. Because you really need to build off of those cooldowns. Hold on, I actually need leap. My leap is under leveled, so where is it? I'll get rid of Earthbreak. Okay. So now we're pretty much there. I'm gonna rage so you guys can see. I'm missing 20% crit damage, obviously. Well, did not mean to do that. So if you actually kind of compare the numbers and you're consistently going to be critting, it is kind of juicy to use this build. But you need to be on Lionheart maxed. I'm still missing an extra 20% crit damage, and I can still get some more damage out of this blessing. because my crit helmet it goes for a whole different build. But I don't want to go off on a tangent. That's for a completely different video. Second, I gotta focus here. As you guys can see, I just burned out of my 10 stacks right there, which is something I need to keep. I can't let that burn out. This is why it's difficult to get your stacks up unless your blessing's fully leveled up. Alright. I keep losing my 10th stack. It's actually starting to frustrate me a little bit. But 9 seconds is not enough. You need around the 12 second and the 14 seconds that you get at max level. Alright, finally got it. So there you go. I'm missing 20% crit damage, and yes, I was critting a lot more. And over time, I guess if I have those stacks up, it's good. But the reason I don't think it's better than Wolf is, as you guys can see, I was hitting for 300k crits versus the 200s right there with all the builds. And again, I don't have all the gear yet, so obviously I can rock the S gloves that I have here, get a little bit more crit damage. But I just don't think it's worth it. That's just my opinion. You don't have to use it.